Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about how we could obfuscate malware. Let's get started. Now before we dive deeper, let's take a look at how Windows Defender works. Now here's a scenario. A user downloads an executable from Chrome. Okay. So once he's done downloading Windows Defender, it's going to check the hash against a list of malware. If it finds a match, then it's going to mark it as a malicious executable. If it doesn't, then it's going to do behavioral analysis. So it's going to run the executable inside a container and it's going to observe its behavior. For example, let's say the executable is gathering a lot of files and is trying to send it to a remote location. This behavior is consistent with malware. So that's how Windows Defender would know if it's a malware or not. Now let's take a look at how we could avoid detection. I will be using C#.net for this tutorial. So one technique you could use to evade anti-malware is with string encoding. You see here I have a hex byte which is originally a string that points to a sensitive location. In this case it's pointing to the Discord token file. So what you could do is you take the Discord token file, a location, and you convert it to base 64 and from base 64 to a hex. And whenever you're trying to access the location, you decode. Let me show you an example. Alright, so like you see here, here's the hex, and once you convert it back to UTF-8, you'll see this base 64 image string. Then once you decode, you're able to see the Discord token file. So this would help you against anti-malware, because whenever Windows Defender runs tries to scan this file, it's going to look for strings like this, and just looking at that, it's going to mark it as malware if it sees it, so you'll have to encode. So another technique that you could use is by implementing a timer. For this example, we will be waiting for 60 seconds. So what this is doing is, since Windows Defender is placing this inside a container and observing its behavior, we want to wait for a couple of seconds, minutes, even maybe 10 minutes in order to bypass this behavioral analysis stage. So it's going to run inside the container and it's going to observe that it's not doing anything, and once it checks it as not malware, it's going to release it to the operating system. So that's another way to avoid Windows Defender. The third technique that we could use to evade anti-malware is with code obfuscation. So what is code obfuscation? It is a technique to scramble the code before compiling it to make reverse engineering your code a lot harder. So this will help with signature based detection. Let's take a look at the code without obfuscation. Okay, so let me compile, and in order for us to decompile, we use a tool such as JetBrains.peek. This will help us look at the code, decompile our code. Okay, let's take a look. Some issue happened, let me recompile again. Okay, now it's compiled successfully. Okay, let's decompile. Let's scroll down. And like you see here, we're able to see, for example, this, we're able to read the code easily. So let's obfuscate our code and let's take a look at this again. So we'll need to use a tool like, let me show you. Something like easyobfuscator.net. So you need to install this. Once you do, you'd be able to use it. It will give you an extra executable that looks like this. In order for us to use it, we have to drag our assembly and put it in here. Let me delete this. So let's compile our code again. Let me show you the configurations. So I'm doing self-contained and I'm compiling for 64 bits, Windows.NET 8. Okay, let's compile. Let's remove this assembly from here. In order for us to move this, we click this, clear assembly. Okay. Okay, now our code should be obfuscated. So let's take a look. We should not be able to see the same code as before during decompilation. Alright. Like you see here, here's the main assembly, WebSocket, reverse shell.net. If we look at this, Look at the resources, that's fine. We're able to see the images, which is fine, but we're not able to see the code. Here's the code. Like you see here, everything is obfuscated, and it's a lot harder to make sense. So this will help us with signature detection, and it will prevent the executable from being marked as malware by Windows Defender. So and let's just to end this, let's upload this executable to VirusTotal and see if it gets marked as malware. So here is VirusTotal. Let's upload. Like you see here, this malware is undetected by all major antiviruses. And let me trigger the malware and show you what we could do with it. So now I want to demonstrate how we could trigger this malware and it's not going to get flagged by antivirus, and we could also see the power of this custom malware that I made. Alright, let me show you that we don't have any sessions. Alright, now let's trigger. You see here, we're able to get a connection. If we put sessions, we should be able to see one. Let's connect 57. Alright. And like you see here, we're able to execute remote commands. We open calculator. And we could also do a lot of other things in here. For example, play Rickroll. And we could also encrypt the hard drive with encrypt, and there's a lot of other things that you could do in here as well. But this should serve as a proof that that this is a malware and it bypassed antivirus successfully. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and please let me know what I could do next. Thank you.